Put
Crazy.
what's his name?
Motherfucking
The Smitty. Put Smitty on the big screen. This clown thinks he's Native American.
What?
Put him on the big screen.
Look, I ain't even gonna hold you. We gonna go ahead. We're gonna look at scientifically how this world forms itself continuously in formations, and then we'll go ahead and get back to this discussion. But check this out right here.
Take a look at the outer surface of our planet. It may look like one solid shell. But according to the theory of plate tectonics, this outer layer, called the lithosphere, is actually broken up into massive, rigid slabs called tectonic plates that fit together like puzzle pieces. Floating on a thick, molten layer of the mantle called the asthenosphere, the plates slide around like slow-motion bumper cars, traveling up to 6 inches a year.
I'm being told that the only place that black people come from is Africa, and Africa alone. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at something so we can see how true or how not true that is.
I believe a giant ocean is forming right in the middle of Africa, which is actually going to split the whole continent in half. This all started back in 2005, when scientists noticed a massive 31-mile crack opening up in Ethiopia. You see, this happened because 3 huge tectonic plates under Africa are slowly pulling away from each other, and that tension ripped the ground wide open. Since then, the crack hasn't stopped growing, and eventually it will lead to something extraordinary, which is breaking Africa into 2 separate continents. Countries like Uganda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Malawi, Burundi, and Zambia will suddenly have new coastlines, allowing them to expand into shipping and fishing industries, whereas Ethiopia will experience a huge transformation as the rift cuts straight through its land, splitting towns, farmlands, and even entire communities into 2 different sides of the continent. Scientists say the plates are shifting at about 7 millimeters per year, which doesn't sound like much, but over millions of years it adds up to a brand new ocean basin, and according to experts, humanity has only 10 million years to prepare for the change.
Okay. So we see the tectonic plates, and we see how it is that over through time, these tectonic plates have shifted and molded to the point where that's how we get mountains and that's how we get deep oceans and volcanoes. So now let's take the time to really think about this. If there is a split that's taking place in Africa right now as we speak, and let's just picture now that spread apart, and there's been more than enough time that has gone by. Let's say, I don't know, a couple 100 years, a couple 100,000 years. You will have people who will believe that the way Africa looks today never was. So we need to remember that when it comes to where anybody is from, as long as we can look at diagrams and we can go to references such as this right here.
Continental drift. There's someone who they looked at the shape of South America and the shape of Africa on a map. They say, wait, that looks like it fits. Did these land masses once connect? Let's test this. Well, what might you do? You say, if they once connected, might there be fossils in common on both shores, even though there's an ocean between them? So you look, the fossils match. All right, and other things start matching, but wait a minute. How the hell is land gonna move on a solid surface? No one had any idea about this. And so what happens after the Second World War? We're mapping the bottom of the Atlantic, so the subs know where to hide and where to go. And in the center of the Atlantic, oh, there's a ridge. Oh my gosh, there's a split. It's separating.
Thank you, Dr. Hibbert. I rest my case.
You rest your case?
What? Oh, no, I thought that was just a figure of speech. Case closed.